My name is Brett Barbie, born and raised in Oklahoma, raised in a Assembly of God church. My dad was a deacon, and my mom was back then we called him the church secretary. So I joke around and tell people that we were in church every time the doors opened. So I just grew up around church, blessed with my upbringing. And that kind of carried over. Amy and I, my wife Amy, when we got married, we volunteered and served at church even before we had kids. We were wandering around Von Mar one day just for something to do. We ran into our neighbor, Shelley Cave, and we've known Greg and Shelley for years. They live right down the street from us. And started chit-chatting with Shelley. Hadn't seen them in a while because of the lockdown, but she said, hey, we got this Wednesday night group going on at Bloomington campus. Why don't you guys come down and check it out? And Amy and I and the kids had come to Bloomington campus a few times when it first opened, and we came down on the Wednesday night and loved the first get-together. Small group, it was like 15, 20 people. And then through the involvement with that group, it grew and grew. So eventually we were running 50 to 70 people on a Wednesday night. I think at that time I just kind of looked around to see what needs to be done that maybe people aren't doing. So I took out the trash a lot, washed dishes, just cleaned up after the meal. I got the church, situated again before we left after the service. Then the need arose to have table leaders. I became a group leader. So for the first time in a long time, I was leading Bible study. I have found it a blessing because, I'll be honest, most of the groups I've been in have been people that are very similar to me, either in the stage of life, background, family, whatever. They've been very similar. It's a more diverse group. I was interacting with people I had never interacted with, and hearing their story and how they came to the Lord and what their relationship is like was completely different than mine. So I just found it really a blessing to be with such a diverse group, even from people's where they are with their walk with the Lord. The perspective that people bring based on where they're from, how old they are, life experiences that they've had, completely different perspective than mine. And so I found myself leading the conversation, but participating and learning just as much as everybody else, because I hadn't thought of it the way they think about it, or I haven't experienced the Lord the way they've experienced the Lord. It's different. I don't know, there's something about the Bloomington campus when we came here. I met a lot more people quickly through the small group, the Wednesday night group that we were involved in. I think there has been somewhat of a change in me. It wasn't instantaneous. I feel like I'm more open. About a year and a half ago, I noticed neighborhood kids, they like to play on the playground over here. So, school's out and they're playing on the playground when I get here. So I would say hey and speak to them. And we have a lot of cookies. Desiree lets me steal cookies. They bring them over from Cafe 19 and they're the big cookies, and so I'm like, oh. So I started stealing 4 cookies and taking them outside and handing them to the neighborhood kids. That's all. Give them a cookie and then go on and play. Eventually they were at the back door, looking in on Monday night to see if I was here, and then I would take cookies out. So anyway, one Sunday I'm standing here and 2 of them came to the back door on Sunday. They came to church that first time, and they come all the time now. Sunday morning, they come to the 9 o'clock usually and the 11 o'clock. They stay the whole morning. And then the funny thing is they also come on Monday night to celebrate recovery, just to hang out with the other kids. If that's the only thing I ever accomplished by doing this, that means a lot to me, that I was able to get them in, and now they're here. You serve because you want to bless other people, but then you end up being blessed, at least I have. The way I look at it, if you feel the Lord is like tugging on you to serve, I don't think He gives you that urge without equipping you. And it can be in whatever kind of service. You know, if he wants you to do something and you're not comfortable or you feel like you can't, I believe that he equips you to do that. That's why I say I feel like, although I might not be the most outgoing person, I think he's equipped me, and it's developed over time that now I'm much better at what I thought I was weak at. I want to do it because I don't know else to thank him enough for everything that he's done. The Lord has always been faithful to me and my family, and you know, those things that he's brought us through, my illness, Amy's illness, Grace's illness, you know, everybody goes through stuff like that. You know, I want to serve the one who did this for me, you know, not only my salvation, but, you know, he's gotten me through some significant things here on earth, right? So, another reason why I want to participate. So, apologize. So I wasn't going to cry. I actually told my wife I was going to cry, but being involved, you know, with different parts of the community, it's just been very rewarding. I want to serve, I want to be a part of it, and maybe it's the Lord, you know, changing my heart or just making me see that opportunity and want to be involved. And when you know good things, you want other people to know about the good things, right? So again, you know, maybe he sent 2 kids over here after the cookies just to remind me that what I'm doing is having some kind of impact. So I don't know, but I'm having a good time, so.